Hey guys, Comic Book Steve here again with another haul. I got some new releases again, and I went to New England Comics last weekend to join in their 50% off sale. This one, I went to the one in Brockton, which I find, if you're in the Massachusetts area, I find the Brockton one ends up having more consistent back issues, or they replenish their back issues a little more. I frequent the Brockton one. There's one I go to in Norwood. Yeah, Norwood, the Quincy one, and one near Harvard Square. I go to a lot. Not a lot, but more frequent than the rest that they have. But yeah, the Brockton one is the one I go to the most. But those are the bunch that I go to fairly frequently. I find that the Brockton one is more like I said, replenishes their inventory a little more regularly. The other ones, their back issues seem to have mostly like the past like few months. Maybe they'll have like a one-off like book or two from a year or two ago. But it's to the point like where a lot of their back issues and like especially like the Harvard and the Quincy area, most of their back issues aren't even plastics because they're so new. But anyway, long story short. The Brockton one tends to have better like back issue selections, even though their back issues aren't like ginormous. But I do find that their back issues are a little more plentiful, and the dollar bins get replenished a little more. Anyway, so I went to there to pick up some stuff. Got some decent items, nothing like super fantastic, although I did fill up some Amazing Spider-Man gaps that I was happy about. So. All in a good day's work. Anyway, let's kick off with the new releases I picked up. First one we're going to start off with is Secret Wars #8. This series is still knocking it out of the park, right? I'm really hoping that #9 does a good job too, because right now I'm already gonna be buying the hardcover for this whenever it comes out day one, and I don't particularly enjoy buying hardcovers as soon as they come out because they've been kind of going up recently, especially if you're into like the Marvel Masterworks. I think they're like $75 brand new, which is pretty crazy. I mean, I understand paper's going up and all, but give us a little break. I mean, there's only so much that the bridge can take before it buckles. But if you're good about browsing the internet, you can find good deals. Anyway, so I'll be getting that hardcover when it comes out. Yeah, the series has been great. This issue was pretty awesome. Didn't have that many complaints about it. I can't even remember if I did have any. There's a lot of amazing scenes in this that are really like years from now, people will be pointing to these scenes, going like, "This is like a definitive moment for this character." And that the last page. Isn't too different from the last page of 7 in terms of like the characters it's setting up to be part of the final battle, but I did think it was still pretty awesome, and we don't have to wait too long for the next issue. I know it's been delayed for quite some time, but in terms of like from this week to when the next one comes out, I think it's about a month. I think it's due out #9 on January 12th, and they've already said it's already been penciled and it's in the middle of being colored, and that was probably a week and a half ago. No, a week ago, when they posted an interview with the editor and the writer. Anyway, it's an awesome book. I like to ramble on. Awesome book. Pick it up. Again, this is like, I'm not getting the variants. I'm trying to stay away from doing variants so much. Let's move on to the next one while I'm talking about this. Trying to stay away from variants, or at least only getting one copy of the book, because I'm really getting tired of grabbing all the variants, and then it's aggravating to try to get things for long-term value, even if it's like part of my personal collection. You like to rest easy knowing like, all right, this is actually gonna be worth something, even if I don't sell it. At least while it's in my box, I could smile at it, but with the variants now, it's really annoying trying to pick up books and you're like, well, is this regular issue gonna be worth anything if there's a variant that people gravitate more towards because it's rarer or the cover's better? So I'm trying not to get into variants very much anymore, unless it's like a super awesome cover or it's like cheap enough where I'll get that instead of the regular edition. But anyway, so Spider-Gwen, I got number 3. I still like the series. I'm getting a little worried about where they're going with Spider-Gwen. You can see Spider-Woman's on the cover, and I really don't like the cover, first of all, but that's like, that happens from time to time. It just looks, I don't know. I don't like how Spider-Gwen looks really like pompous there. It's just like a weird, like, look, it's pregnant Spider-Woman. There's a lot of focus on her. I don't know. It's really weird. Um, but like, I don't like how they're having Spider-Gwen kind of jump between the 616 universe and then her universe, like, willy-nilly. It really doesn't sit well with me. I understand from like the company perspective, where it's like, well, we got this really popular character. We can't just have her like playing in her own sandbox with no one else, like, without interacting with the rest of the universe. So they're trying to have their cake and eat it too, where they, I'm sure there's some arguments of like, well, we can't like permanently incorporate her in the 616 because then it's going to dilute the impact of, Peter's Gwen dying. So we'll just have her like cross over like anytime she wants, and that's fine, right? I don't think it's fine. I think they should have picked one or the other. I mean, there's been characters that have come back and died, or died and come back. It doesn't have to be like the legitimate Gwen Stacy, but they can have this one running around. It will dilute the Gwen Stacy storyline, but it's not like they haven't done that before. With like, I mean, Bucky was supposed to be a really big thing for Cap, and Jason Todd was supposed to be a really big thing for Batman, and they still are, even though they're back. But with Gwen, it just feels weird, like reading a book where she's supposed to be this like average girl, and she could just kind of jump between like realities at any time she wants. So I'm still reading it. I still love the art, but it feels a little shaky to me, and I'm a little worried about if they keep doing this. I'm a little worried about the longevity of the character. Anyway, I got a prompt showing up on my phone. Just close that. Alright, that's about that. I'll still collect it, but I'm a little worried. Next one I got, this is a variant. This is the only copy I got of this. Contest Champions number 3. I picked this variant because it had Devil Dinosaur on the cover. But the only reason I got this book was for the Venom Hulk at the end of it. Would have been cool if they put Venom Hulk on one of the covers. They did not, but it's still a cool idea, so I thought I'd pick it up. And I like Devil Dinosaur, so that's why I got this one. And it was cover price, so that helps. The last new one I got, last new one I got is Amazing Spider-Man number 4, of course. I like this cover. It's the Green Goblin's henchman, I guess. Not really the Green Goblin. I'm still enjoying this run more than I thought I would. A lot more than Volume 3, so that's cool. I still don't like how they like tease us with these Goblin characters. It's been aggravating me for a long time. I just want a freaking legitimate Hobgoblin Spider-Man throwdown or Green Goblin Spider-Man throwdown with the original characters that were in those costumes, since they're both still alive, Norman Osborn and Roger Kingsley. But they play this like Shadow Man in the background kind of deal with them, and they're always like teasing us with like these quick little glimpses of a battle. I wasn't satisfied with the end of the Superior Spider-Man series, even though that was Norman. I thought that battle was pretty quick and not worth the build-up. They were building up Roger Kingsley coming back during Volume 2. And it felt like he was always like just on the cusp of like coming back, and then he just kind of faded away really quick. I do like the new Hobgoblin, but I really want to see Roger Kingsley come back, and I want to see an artist that's going to do it justice. Because there's some artists that I like their renditions of the characters, and others I don't. Yeah. It's just frustrating me. I feel like Dan Slott does that a lot with these characters. Like, he doesn't. I don't feel like there's a really like solid, satisfying battle between these iconic heroes and villains in any of his books. I always feel like, especially with Green Goblin and Hobgoblin, I can't get off of that. I always feel like they're just like I always feel like I want more, and I guess that's good, but it's frustrating. Like I want to see that battle. I want to see a good like throwdown fight between Green Goblin and Spider-Man, or Hobgoblin and Spider-Man, like the original ones. Not these, like these guys are like some weird henchmen. It's like, and you got Norman Osborn hanging around in the background dealing with like boss style villainy, and it's, I don't know. I just want to see like a legitimate fight between them. Again, rambling on, but that's always bothered me with the Dan Slott run and Amazing Spider-Man in general, because they kind of shy away from. I mean, when's the last time there was a good throwdown between the Goblin and Spider-Man? You know, there's more Goblin here, but I mean, when we think about it, let's see. The Superior Spider-Man one, didn't really like that. That was kind of really quick, even though it was a ongoing build-up, but it didn't really lead to a good throwdown. New Ways to Die was probably the closest I would say we got, but that, like, when you get down to the nitty-gritty of the actual fight between the two characters, Peter and Norman, the actual like fisticuffs between them was only like two pages maybe, and then it was very weak. Um, let's see, the Marvel Knights one. If you remember the Marvel Knights Mark Millar run, that was a good build up. But as far as I remember, there wasn't a lot of fisticuffs. I don't know. It's just something. I just want to see these two characters beat the crap out of each other. That's all. I don't know. Come on, Marvel, give it to me. Anyway, I'll digress. So this is Amazing Spider-Man 550. Didn't have this one. It's the first appearance of Menace, one of the lamer Green Goblin ripoffs. That was the mystery. The mystery was supposed to be, who's this character? Ended up being some Harry Osborn's girlfriend or something. And then it was one of those weird scenarios, like where you have a character drawn a certain way all up until the reveal, and then once the character's revealed, they're drawn completely different, and it was really bizarre. So she looks very like sexually ambiguous in these first appearances, when you don't know who she is, you don't know if it's a girl or a guy. It can go either way, because it's not like there's nothing like identifying if it's a girl or a guy. And then as soon as they reveal it to be Harry's girlfriend, then when she comes out as Menace, after that she's drawn very feminine. So felt like a bit of a cop-out, but anyway, it was cheap, so 50% off. Yeah, so these ones, starting from that one, are part of the 50% off sale at Newbury, or New England. Let's see, Amazing 245, pretty nice copy of 245. This is always one of those issues that I forget that I don't have, so I'll see it often and I'll pass up on it because I think I have it. But I certainly do not. But now I do, so that's good. This is part of the original Hobgoblin storyline. And Amazing, and it's pretty good. I think that's about all I had to say about it. I think this was $1.50 after the 50% off sale. I think wasn't a lot. Amazing 227. This is a Black Cat appearance during the Roger Stern run. I think this is the same bag that I bought it in, so it was $9 before the 50% off sale. So it wasn't like a super amazing savings, but it wasn't like horrible either. So I was fairly happy with that. I don't think I see it for anything under $5 normally anyway. So I'll take it. $4.50 is good. I picked up Amazing 287. It's a newsstand variant, so that's pretty cool too, if you care about that kind of stuff. I always find newsstand variants very like odd. They're definitely rarer and harder to find in good condition, but I think most people collecting, or it's definitely a small subset of people that collect that actually look for these and realize the value of them. So if you put this up on eBay, I think it's, well, actually on eBay you might have a better time selling it as like a newsstand version, get more for it. But if you went to like a flea market and tried to sell it and tried to, pawn off that's a newsstand version, I think like regular people coming by would be like, what? I don't care. Is it a good copy? Great. So it's cool from like a collector standpoint, but I think it's still not like a widely acknowledged thing. And I'm probably talking out my ass on that. Haven't done any surveys to identify that, but I do find that it's like if I go to like a back issue bin at a store, some stores will try to raise the price on the newsstand variant and like put it on the sticker. Some places just will charge whatever for it because either they know that not everyone's looking for that or cares about that, or they themselves don't know or care about that aspect of the book. Anyway, it's just a little cool oddity, It's like, okay, I got the book, but hey, it's a newsstand copy. This one's also a newsstand copy, which I didn't realize. At least I think it is. So this is Amazing 210, first appearance of Madam Web. This was $3 after the 50% off sale. I need to get new bags and boards. This one looks okay in the bag, but it is a little beat up. I guess I would have gotten it anyway because this one's usually like a $7, $6 book on its own. Yeah, another Roger Stern book, which is probably one of my favorite runs on Amazing Spider-Man. It's a shame that he didn't, like, if he capped it off well, I think it would have stood as one of my favorites, but I'm really aggravated that he left the Hobgoblin storyline open-ended and then gave us all the gigantic mess that we had to endure for up until he actually came back in the mid-90s to finish the storyline the proper way, but it just got kind of convoluted. This is Amazing Spider-Man number 6. I don't remember if I've shown this before. I started putting some of my books back and then I realized I hadn't shown them off and I couldn't remember which ones I had picked up last week or the week previous. So if this is a duplicate that I'm displaying it, I apologize. But anyway, I still have to post that video, which I will before I do this, so it'll all be continuous in continuity for you guys. Yeah, Amazing number 6, just another to fill the gap from the lame Mackie burn run. This one's pretty fun, going back to that newsstand stuff. Newsstand copy of Spider-Man number 1 from the 90s, the McFarlane series. Still in the bag. I don't usually see newsstand copies of this, so I thought I'd pick it up while it was available. It was $8, a sticker price, but it was $4 after the sale, so I was cool with that. Definitely wouldn't pay anything more than $4 or $5 for any of the more widely available variants of this issue. This issue was definitely printed to Kingdom Come, and it's just not worth like a ton, but it's kind of cool getting the newsstand variant in this, and it's in pretty awesome shape, so I was happy with that. Again, don't know what the hell I can get for that if I ever tried to sell it, because I don't think many people outside of like collectors really pay attention to the newsstand stuff, but you never know. And then I got this one I was also pretty happy about. The third printing of Incredible Hulk number 106. This is the second appearance of Amadeus Cho, the guy running away over there. It's the only printing, maybe I'm wrong on this, but it's the only printing I think that he's on the cover of. Not like a hugely sought after book, but I do like my subsequent printings, so especially when they have a different cover. And this was kind of fun to get. And yeah, I usually have to resort to eBay for those kind of like subsequent printings. So I was glad to find that one for cheap. I think I paid maybe $1 for it. This one I got off of eBay, Secret Avengers 23, the second printing variant. I think I paid $3 for this before shipping. So I think with shipping it ended up being more closer to like $7 or something. Which I always forget about when I'm looking at a book. I'll impulsively click on it and I'm like, oh yeah, shipping, that's right. So when I think I'm getting a savings, I'm actually not getting a savings because you have to pay the shipping costs. But this is a book that you don't see very often. It's got an awesome Art Adams cover. It's got nice difference from the regular version, where this one the background's not colored. So that's pretty cool, and yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. Maybe one day Venom will join the Avengers. Haha. Probably not. It'll be a while, right? They haven't even introduced the villain as Venom in the movies yet. Or they have, but not in the reboot MCU version. This is the last one I have here. This was I don't think there was any sale on this because it was still part of the on the new release wall. This is the 92 variant of Doctor Strange 3. Couldn't resist that cover by Mark Texteria. Just a really amazing. God, I forgot what this team's name was. Midnight Suns, yes. The Midnight Suns. You get your classic Midnight Suns set up over there, and I couldn't be happier. I think this was $1 over cover, so it was $4.99. Not bad for a variant. I'll take it. Like I said, I don't want to collect too many variants, but they're cheap enough. And I think with the 92 variants, Marvel's got my attention a little bit. I'm hoping I can get a copy of the Miss Marvel #2 92 variant, and definitely the Web Warriors 2 variant, which is a Clone Saga variant, which I can't wait for, and I hope when I go to Newberry on Wednesday to have a copy. But yeah, so that's all I got, guys. I do have one more book coming that I know about. I ordered X Factor 24, the first Archangel, as soon as I saw the trailer for X-Men Apocalypse, which I wasn't too crazy about, but I've always wanted that book in my collection, and I didn't want to pay a premium for it if it went up after the trailer. I don't think it did. I think there's more than enough copies on eBay to satisfy the demand. I paid $19.99 for it, which might be on the cusp of kind of getting too much, but it looks like a nice copy, so hopefully it is. And yeah, that should be coming soon, but I'll do that when I do another haul, maybe in a week or two. Yeah, I've been selling a lot of my old action figures on eBay, making some decent cash there, so I'm gonna try to get in the habit of, if I like, getting this little nest egg in my PayPal account from like toys I'm selling and stuff that I don't need, and then repurposing that to fill my eBay urges. I do really want the first Carol Danvers, and that'd be really awesome if I can get that before the end of the year. Anyway, guys, that's about it. I don't think I have anything else to go over. Yeah. If I don't make another video, everyone have a good weekend, and good rest of the week and all that. I'll probably make one before Christmas, so we don't need to go into that too much. But yeah, thanks again, guys. Take care.